So I want to put a soft start on this air conditioner here. I have decided the electrical compartment is big enough to house it. Now the question is, do I want to put it, like this or like this? It just depends on what I want to do. Now, I have that sticky part there. I can just stick it, but anybody that knows anything about sticky stuff being outside in the weather knows that it may not be reliable and it can just go possibly over time. So we're going to also utilize some of the screws it came with. But before we start putting, screws here or screws here, we're going to stop and take a look inside the cabinet here. Your air conditioner might vary, but we want to make sure before you put screws there are no refrigerant lines or any wires or anything that's in the way. So I don't see any refrigerant lines. I mean, see the little copper pipes there? Those are going to be refrigerant lines. If you have any of those that are going to be potentially in the way of a screw or rub or touch or something, not a good spot for it. Unless you're going to be competent enough to try to make sure if you got we put this, if you have a 1-inch space, you don't want to use a 2-inch screw because you're going to cause problems that will release all the refrigerant, and it's going to be a very costly repair. So that side looks pretty clear. Let's see what we can see over here. Oh, we see some wires. Okay, so I'm going to do that just to be on the best bet, because it'll be a very big pain to put a screw in a wire. Then you have to do a repair, and it's just going to make the job harder, and we don't want to do that because I'm lazy. All right, before you mess with the wiring, we've pulled the disconnect out. We're going to take our meter and go L1 to L2 and verify you got no electricity to the unit before we start wiring up the unit. Okay, that's all you got to do to verify your power's off. Alright, so let's start trying to wire in the soft start here. I got the directions it came with, and I printed up some extra instructions because they do make for more specific wiring on the units to make it easier. So you have your diagram here, alright, your contactor block. The only downfall is it doesn't tell you L1, L2, or your T1, T2s, L1s, while these do. So you see you have that portion. Okay, we're gonna do, what does the directions say? Follow red compressor wire from compressor to T2 terminal on contactor block. Disconnect red wire from block. Cut off I-ring. Crimp female connector on end. Connect to blue soft start wire. Tape connection. So that's what these are talking about here. Red compressor wire, black compressor wire. So you can verify which is which on your schematic here. So your common's the black, your red goes through being what, the run, and your orange is going to be the start. Which means on that capacitor, that's going to be the orange wire, and there's your black and reds right there. All you want to do is be careful. Sometimes these like to break if you put too much pressure on them. Just disconnect that wire. Disconnect that wire. And these pop off just like that. There's those two wires that it was saying to disconnect on there. These are those little terminals that it's talking about. That's the male one. There's your female one. The male plugs into the female. So, when doing those terminals, see that little bump out portion there that goes in to crump down on the terminals? what you want to do is ensure, see that little, let's say a little seam down the middle there? You want that top portion to crush down on this side so it digs into and crimps tight on the wire to make a good connection. See, you get it to where it crushes in on there and you got a more secure connection and it won't fall off, and it helps hold it on there for a better connection when you ensure that little bump out portion, excuse the focusing, crushes down. When you do it the other way, these things will pop right off all the time. That's the right way to do it. Now see, I like to take with the wire like this before I do the terminal. Let's see if we can do it here. And take it and just kind of pull and twist, because you want to make sure all those are together nice and tight. And when we slide that over there, everything fits and you make a pretty good connection. Okay, so red and black wire from the soft start go up to the terminal side on the contactor. All right, just like we show. Male on brown like it said in directions, male on blue like it said in directions, female on yellow just like it says on the directions there, as we wire this bad boy up. The brown wire will connect to this black wire. There it is. Pardon me, I'm trying to do multiple things at once and I struggle with that. So we got to connect these two together, the brown and black. Okay, so I went ahead and I've got things wired. You don't need to have me showing how everything goes. So if we look at it here, there's the soft start, there's the equipment. So red and black from there, all right, goes the terminal side of the contactor. Red and black goes there, terminal side of the contactor, okay? The brown wire here connects to the black for a common. So brown and black common, we're going to play with that here in a second on the shrink tubing. Okay, so then what? Blue goes over there to the red for run. Blue goes to the red for run. Yellow connects to the run capacitor for the hermetic side of it. So orange is there. Does it say our hermetic compressor? So that'll be your start portion there. And by golly, if we have a blue wired up and a black wired up, right? Blue goes to the red. Black, red go to the contactor. Yellow to the capacitor. Brown goes, where's the brown? Brown goes to common. Brown goes to common. Red goes to blue. By golly, it looks like we have it all wired up, and we're going to get ready to fire this bad boy up after we take care of a few loose ends. Just like that. And we've heat shrink that on there. I'll probably put some electrical tape just to, ensure we don't have any shorts or any more problems. Okay, I think we've just about got her all taken care of and we're getting ready to fire it up. I always like to, when doing it, double or triple check wiring. That's how you don't fry components and don't make mistakes. So red and black goes to the red and black, red to blue, red to blue, all right, brown to black, brown to black, yellow to orange, So that's red, blue, black. All right, by golly, I think everything's covered. We'll go ahead and fire it up before we get all the zip ties in, but we will show you the after results here once we get it ready to go. All right, the moment of truth. We're gonna do this again. So we got 246 volts testing on the contactor there. And if we're ready, it's either gonna work or smoke. By golly, it did something. All right. So we just made our initial test. I'm gonna get things set up and we're gonna do a full-blown test run to make sure. All right, just to recap, we still got power off. So, red and black went up here. I did them backwards before earlier in the video, but I just want to point out the correction to make sure it works, because I can only do a few functions at once. So talking and wiring are kind of pushing it. So we got it sitting just like that. So that's red and black. Your blue wire goes to the red compressor wire. The brown wire from the soft start goes to the, on the Trane here, the black with the blue stripe. And your orange and your yellow sit on the hermetic compressor like that. So red on T2, black on T1, which is opposite wire color there. Opposite the wire color there. Okay. Common, run, start, and here we go. Let's see what our startup amperage is. All right, here we go. 8 amps. By golly, I say that's pretty good. I didn't see what the peak was there, but we're running at 8, which is a little less than before. We'll review the video and we'll go over the numbers again. So volts times amps. In fact, let's do this way while it's running there. Quick follow-up. 23 amps is what it did. 23 amps is what it did compared to 29. So we've lowered that amp draw by a little bit, and by it look like maybe an extra half a second. So maybe we'll see some energy savings. $242 volts, 8 amps. Volts times amps will give you that run wattage right there. So hopefully this video gave you some help on soft starts and kind of how to wire one and how much amperage they do drop. Because if you drop that amperage and wattage, now you're more ready for a generator, and you also won't have the lights dim in your house. So if it helped you out, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. That's how you can help me out. Have a good day, everybody.